Go back to CBS News national reporter Kati Weis, who's now with the New Orleans City Council member Eugene Green. Kati?
Good afternoon, Major. Yes, Councilman, I wanted to talk with you a little bit more about some of the safety issues that came up during the news conference this afternoon. There was a question about the bollards, or for those at home watching who aren't familiar with those, type of barrier that's put up to try to keep folks in a pedestrian-only zone safer. Yeah. Can you talk to us a little bit about what went wrong with those? What kind of improvements were pending still in time for the Super Bowl with those?
Well, the simple improvement was going to be that they were going to be a bit more efficient and less prone to mechanical issues. But it's important to recognize that there was a police car in place in front of the area where the bollard should be, and this terrorist chose to simply go around it. It's also important to recognize that the terrorists could have entered the French Quarter and even Bourbon Street from side streets. Not all of them were protected by a bollard. So it's just important to recognize that, yes, certainly that's a desirable development to have the bollard in place, but that alone does not explain why a terrorist was able to go onto the sidewalk and run down the sidewalk and kill people, because even bollards would have their limitations there. This was somebody who was just hell-bent on killing other people, and if he hadn't gone down that street with those bollards, he would have gone on a side street like Iberville or Dumaine or some other street like that.
For you, witnessing this event unravel this morning, how has that shifted your focus as a city council person?
Well, as a city council person, I see so much. Unfortunately, I see good and the bad. I see a lot of good. We host a lot of events that go off without incident. We just hosted Taylor Swift 3 days of 50,000 people at the concerts. We've hosted Super Bowls. In fact, this is going to be our 11th Super Bowl. We host Mardi Gras. We host the Sugar Bowl and other events. So, unfortunately, to the nation, maybe they don't feel as comfortable coming to the city. But I will tell you that we are a safe city, and that we do a good job in terms of security on major events. Again, I emphasize this to say how important it is to recognize that someone who is hell-bent on killing other people, especially in this instance, so diabolical that he chose to use a truck to run over people, teenagers, people having a good time, because that's all that was going on Bourbon Street last night or early in the morning, was people having a good time. So it was a strike at humanity. But in this instance, nothing was achieved, because, there's going to be a Sugar Bowl game tomorrow. There are families who are hurting, but the city of New Orleans or the nation is not about to change its government structure because of a terrorist incident like that. It's an unfortunate fact as to what happened, but the bottom line is that as a city, we're still a safe city to visit.
You talked about this being a terrorist event. I think one of the most interesting details that came out of this news conference just now this afternoon was the FBI official confirming about information on the suspect's vehicle, that the truck did have an ISIS flag attached to the back of the truck at the time of the attack, and that there are still other alleged accomplices that potentially are still at large at this time. What are your thoughts? How does that resonate with you, knowing those new details?
Well, I feel very confident that the local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies working together are going to get to the bottom of this and to arrest those who are responsible. One party is deceased already. One terrorist is deceased. There may have been accomplices. But the bottom line is that I feel that this is yet another test of our law enforcement community, but I'm very confident that members of the New Orleans Police Department, working with our state and federal partners, are going to do a thorough investigation. There's going to be an arrest, and somebody's going to pay a severe price.
Someone might pay a severe price. You heard it. We'll continue to keep you updated as we learn more information. Major?
Kati Weis and Eugene Green, member of the New Orleans City Council, thank you very much.